Hi, I'm Yoni Glatt, Director of J-Teen at the Jewish Federation of Greater Metro West New Jersey, here to talk to you a little bit about the easiest parsha to spell, Parsha Bo. And what I'm going to be doing is giving a brief taste of my upcoming Harry Potter and Halacha class on Sunday, February 9th at Temple Beth Am Yisrael in Springfield. So that's for teens, so check that out. And what I'm going to be talking about is one of, if not the most powerful mystical object in all of Torah, other than maybe the Ark. I'm going to talk a little bit about the staff of Moses. I think when we think of Moses, we think of Moses having a staff. And any decent version of the Exodus story, we're going to see Moses' staff being a big part of the character, even when Mel Brooks does it. In fact, when we see a bad version of Moses, he doesn't have a staff. One of the worst Moses stories, no staff. So what is this staff? Why is it so significant? So the first time we see it is in Exodus 4:2, when God asks Moses, what do you have in your hand there? Moses is very insecure about being the leader. And he says, what do you have there? He says, a staff. And he shows him some miracles he could do with the staff. And then, just a few verses later, it says that Moses leaves Midian. He's going back to Egypt with his wife, his sons, and the staff of God. So this was no ordinary staff. So where did it come from? What's its story? So in Pirkei Avos, we see that it was created on the sixth day of creation, given to Adam, the first man, and throughout the generations, it was passed down, going from Abraham to Isaac, Jacob, to Joseph, where it ended up in Egypt, and ended up in the hands of Moses' father-in-law, Yitro. And it says that in the Pirkei de Rabbi Eliezer, a book of Midrash from the year 830, that Yitro put it in his garden. It was a sapphire staff, and once he did that, no one could pick it up. And then when Moses was on the run and came to Midian and came across Yitro and his daughters, he came to the garden, and he picked it up like it was nothing, like it was no big deal. Now this might sound like another famous story we all might know, the story of the sword and the stone. King Arthur. We'll go with the cartoon version there. King Arthur, if you might know, he takes the sword and the stone. He's going to be king of England. We probably heard of the Excalibur in this story. It sounds very similar. Now, the best known version of the story was written in 1485, Thomas Mallory. But in fact, there's another version going back to 1136 where we first see the sword and the stone story. And yet, that's several hundred years after the Pirkei de Rabbi Eliezer is in the year 830. So are these stories connected in some way? Could be, perhaps. It certainly doesn't seem like a very original story, knowing that there's a Jewish version of the staff in the garden coming well before that. So for more about Moses' staff and about this whole idea of its mysticism, for teens, please check out our Harry Potter and Halacha class on February 9th in Springfield. Have a great Shabbos.